Hello, welcome back Scorpios, welcome back to Mark After Me. I am Tru, your life coach and tarot reader, and I'm really happy today for all of this reading that finally I could sit down to do it for you. This is going to be your January 2021. That is the spread of a Celtic spread. You're going to have an astrology card, a numerology oracle card, and a unicorn card too. So I did all of this to have a little bit of more spicy thoughts in the middle. So thank you very much. Stay with me, subscribe, like this video. I'm gonna have a little announcement at the end of this beautiful clip to share with you and to know what do you need. So leave me everything in the comments down below. So think about it, check as well. This reading most of the times resonate with the sun, but check your ascendant, your Venus, and your moon. All of them is just a mere message. You at the end are going to be the leader of your own destiny. This is something that you take on or you leave behind if it's no longer serve you. So I hope you enjoy it so far. Starting like this, January for you is a Hierophant. You have a major arcana that is, I think, related a lot with this solar eclipse, all of this, well, all the solar eclipse that we are having now, all this full moon, new moon in Capricorn that happens on the 13th. We are having such a huge shape change. We are entering Aquarius season. We are entering soon in Aquarius era, which everything will be way more differently, and we have to adjust yourself through change. So saying that, the Hierophant is a huge representation of knowledge, higher education, but on the same time I think you are evaluating and you are putting worth in yourself, and I think you grow up at some point, you are more wise and more experienced because you are allowing things to happen and you learn from the lessons that's coming in. So crossing over, you have the 9 of Coins. So how much your independence is going to be helping you out in growing up and make you growing up for a situation that you never had before. When you have the 9 of Coins, 9 of Pentacles is always the independence card. Is a person or a woman, in this case more divine feminines, who doesn't need anyone else or the environment to actually fill them up. She knows what she has to do, and she wants something, she's going and get it. She's not going to wait for someone else to give her what she wants or fill in her desires. She knows how to fill in her own desires. She doesn't need anyone to actually throw it in. So when you have the 9 of Coins, is helping you in to growing up that maturity. Having as a full message, as a full energy for all of this reading, you have 2 cards, that is the World and Judgment. When we have the full energy of the World and we have the full energy of the Judgment, and we are starting with another Hierophant, we have 3 major arcanas in a row, and it's a huge change and shift for you, Scorpio. So if you have already a Judgment and you have the World, is you are having a major awakening. So I just want to say that the cycle is ending, that you're showing up how good you are, that you are putting, the cherry on the top of the cake. You're like, I'm awake. And it's not awake of thinking, sorry, it's awake of emotionally and spiritual awakening. You have the Judgment, which is Neptunian energy as well. And you have Neptune in Pisces for whole of this year, and I think it's not gonna be ending until 2026. So when we have the World, is you are literally right now in the best place that you can be, discovering who, what is the best that you have and what is the worth about it. So how much worth you have emotionally, and if you have the 9 of Coins closing over, you probably are in some business about it, and you have put in prices in your services, or you're putting prices in your time, or you're putting prices in the products that you're selling. You're putting worth away, and I think that is giving you a lot of self-assurance and a lot of self-trust, which is 9 of Coins is what they promoted. While you are there, you jump into Emperor. Emperor is an Aries energy. It's talking about as well our image. in our first house, everything of the first impressions and how we can dress up, how we actually present ourselves with other people. So while you are in such a state of maturity and open up to be more wise, to be more careful, to be more, you use more empathy, to be more independent, because Nine of Coins is there to showing up your independence, is because you took over the responsibility of your life, and you decided to change, and you decided to do or to start something that fulfill you. And I think the Emperor is also talking about, are you thinking about yourself? You put yourself first? Are you putting yourself at such a stable time? Are you putting yourself in equilibrium? Are you putting yourself as a priority? And I think because you did it, you're in such a position right now to say, yeah, I took care of myself and I know how to do it. I know how to be independent. I know that this is the end of the cycle. I know that I have to start a new one. So you have the world that is saying you're complete, you're good, yes, everything is done. And you have the Judgment, which is remind you that how many things you are being done, and you're waking up. You're waking up for the old belief, or for the things that brought you down, or you're waking up just of a new way of thinking. And it's and in the front of your mind, you still have some Three of Swords. You still have some pain in your heart. So probably you had some bad experience in the past, or you had right now recently some conflict with people whether you don't like to have a conflict with. And I feel that this is a teamwork, because we have a lot of three here, and I would just carry on with the reading, but I do have a sense that it's something with the teamwork. So someone in your close circle hurts you at some point, and you cannot stop thinking about it. You cannot stop thinking about it. You cannot stop thinking about it, and it's hurting your heart a lot. And I have to say why, because you trust that person. You have the Three of Coins, you have the Three of Pentacles, and you trust that person enough to say, you know, what you did, I can't ignore it. I can't put it aside, because literally I loved you so much that I put you very close to me to build something together, to be, you know, because we supposed to be being in the same line. But we having the Three of Swords is actually the person that you are talking about, or the situation, or maybe a group of people that can relate with three people. One of them is disappoint you or maybe hurt you at some point, but you didn't say nothing because you're so independent when you have the Knight of Coins over there. Then you learn your lesson. You say, yeah, I can't trust these type of people. And a Scorpio, you always have a problem with trust with people, which is not bad. But when you do, and someone, you know, betray you, you get hurt way a lot. You get hurt too much. More when you have the Three of Coins, which is three people counting with you, building something that is make you feel really good because you put a heart on it. So I think it's a quite conflict over here, because I have a sense that you didn't speak your emotions. That's why your emotions are in front of your mind more often, that you didn't share it, you didn't expose it out, and it's still a toxicity. It's a little toxicity inside. Is very toxic for you to keep that in, because at some point you have some connection with that person. Then I understand that, but I have to say in the near future you have the Four of Wands. So I do think that someone else is coming to the play, and probably that fourth person, or maybe yourself, realize that you have to speak about your emotions, that you have to actually open up, that don't let your independence and the I don't need that person and your ego to stop to talk about for your own well-being and your mental health, to let go, to actually clean it out and let the other person know, you know, that is over, or you really are hurt, or whatever they want to share, and you have to articulate. The Four of Wands is telling you that you need to do it at some point, because you are building something more big than what you think. Maybe is a business, maybe is a community, maybe is a partnership. Maybe that partner are looking for you to get something in marriage, or maybe is asking you when we're gonna get married, because you are actually in the Four of Wands, which is foundation, which is Cancer energy and Capricorn as well, because it's a long-term commitment, and you have the Four of Wands there. I have to say that you are dealing between your ego and your let go, and because of that, because whatever happened is a little bit heavy for your present, but in the near future you have the Four of Wands, so you have a lot of potential. And even with, if you forgive this person that's over here, you together have a lot of potential because you have the Four of Wands. With the Four of Wands, it's a really good omen. We're talking about celebration of commitment, celebration of marriage, long-term relationship, and partnership. I have to say that you have the strength, a Leo energy that is in advice. So I think you have at some point to let go your psychological strategies, or your way of thinking, and follow more your way of feeling. You are one of the intense water signs that know how people can feel easily because you can see through them. One of the strengths that you have is that. But you are very secretive and you don't talk about your emotions. And the strength card is saying, if you talk about your emotions, you become more strong. If you don't talk about your emotions, you keep listening to your own self and you don't open up a little bit and keep having things wondering for another person. This person are not going to see you through. So it's going to be a giving and take. So if you have the Three of Swords all the time in the front of your mind, and you are not allowing yourself to talking up, the feelings and hurt can be as well for the another person, and can be starting to have situation of not trust, to feel a situation that you are not moving on and you prefer to be quiet, or maybe you're not even interested. When you are more that interested because you are feeling, because you are not showing up, the other person cannot actually know what actually happened. So you have the Six of Wands in the environment. The environment is actually successful. If you talk about it, if you open up, in the Four of Wands, it's actually start to moving in. If you're in a relationship, it's going to become a marriage. You have to come to the next step to the marriage completely clean. You can't, drag things from the past and bring into the new situation what's going to be the new commitment, the new marriage, or the new house, or new step that you're gonna do. The same for the community, the same that's going to be a partnership, anything that you're gonna relate with another people. You can't drag things from something that you didn't speak in the time that you have to speak. So when you have the Six of Wands, it's saying the successful time, because it's fire sign, is Leo. You have two cards from Leo. Aries and Sagittarius is all about emotion and passion, but on the same time, expression. So I think that you are lacking of expression, and you have to let go a little bit more that kind of ego of what should bother to talk about this. This person should know it. No one needs to know anything. And if you don't speak out as the same that Aries does, because Aries leave this stuff very clean and leave this stuff very, very clear. If you don't do that, the person are not gonna know too much about it. They're not gonna actually identify things. So let the things clear. Even if you don't like to talk about it, you should open up more. Because, and there you go, it's something that I know from the beginning. There is a relationship a little bit, and with that relationship with someone else, or relationship with a community. You have the Lovers, Gemini. You always have a choice. And this is the hopes and fears. You are afraid, or you are very hopeful. But what I'm gonna try to say with this, and you have the Lovers there, so you put a lot of you there. And at some point, I think you're afraid of to lose the soulmate, to lose the relationship that you have, to don't have enough, or to don't have what you had, because you are already hurt. And the Lovers is telling you that relationship is face to face. The relationship need a chance, and the relationship need to speak out. And also the relationship needs someone to speak out. So the Lovers is telling you that is a free will, that you always have the free will to speak. You always have everything from freedom to express yourself. So don't suppress yourself because you think that you shouldn't be saying things. Going out, open up your heart is telling you advice, strength, open up your heart. Talk about from the heart, not talk about too much of what is happening in the sickness of your head. What is your heart saying? Because it's everything about heart. Look at that. The heart is actually penetrated with 3 swords. It's a matter of the heart. So if you don't speak out, how the other person is gonna know? It's your soulmate. Is someone connected at some point? Can be a community that you say, my community is my soulmate. Can be as well. Can be a group, can be a team. But whatever that happened, you have to open up. And it's the Lovers. Is Gemini is all the time saying, hey, it's a free will what you have. Don't forget that you have a choice. Don't forget that. But on the same time, this is a soulmate connection. And the outcome of all of this is a sacrifice, is a hangman. You are going to be way more light, Scorpio. Once that you let go, once that you moved on, once that you open up, once that you say, yes, oh, that was a good release, that was a good move forward, I need to just move the next step. So you have the hangman. The hangman is the sacrifice. You are sacrificing something, but in order to look things in a different way, in order to looking up, in order to move forward. When you have the hangman, is asking you, you are going to look things in a different way. Once that you let go, once that you move on, you're gonna see the life and you're gonna see the relationship with this person in particularly, or with the group of people in totally different way, and more positive, less toxic, and way more clear. So when you have the hangman there, is nothing to be afraid of. It's a little bit of advice to say something that you have to sacrifice for. Is something, and I think it's a little bit of your ego. If your ego is stopping you to speak out, to be clean about it, just make a little rephrase, or make a little research inside you to see where the ego and what the ego is doing. So this is going to be the tarot. It's pretty excited right now. You have a numerology card. And you have a spiritual partnership. You have the number 27. Wow. 27. Talking about it. Talking about a soulmate. Talking about relationship. Maybe this relationship is a spiritual connection. This is going to be beyond to any kind of relationship that you had before. Are you gonna allow to this escape? Are you gonna allow to this go through your fingers because you don't put your ego down? It's talking about a spiritual partnership, which is this person can understand you in a spiritual way. And it's a literally blessed connection. I don't think that you should play with these things. I think you should think about it, but at the same time, put your independence a little bit aside, put your ego aside, and speak with the heart. Having that, you have Uranus in Astrology card. I'm gonna just show you. I really like that one because it's quite Aquarius energy, and we are in the Aquarius era. We have the era of Aquarius, which is everything changing and productivity, future. It is very futuristic, but at the same time, you have a revolution. And if something is happening and you are quite uncomfortable, this is going to be a universal year number 5. There's a little bit of things that I want to say and clarify. You are going to grow up, but the Hierophant is this as well, through change. So you have to be the promoter of the change. And as well, the Hangman is telling you, are you changing your perspective? Are you changing your glasses? Remember that. So you have Uranus that say breakthroughs, brainstorming, originality, lighting, diversity, edge, the unexpected. There's a surprise, freedom. So I think at some point, all of that, talking about spiritual partnership, you have to make a little bit of adjustment, and will be coming at some point that you don't expect it. You're gonna go one day, you're gonna speak out, you're gonna open up, and you're gonna say, okay, I don't want to think about it, I just gonna follow my heart, and it's gonna come with a place of freedom. Saying this, you have a unicorn that's going to be awareness. We're talking about judgment, which is awakening. Well, pay attention when they look it up. You are the master of a shadow work. So I don't think that this is going to be new for you. So when you have awareness, you say, live in the moment, be conscious of your thoughts, and look for sign and guidance. As I said, you have the Hangman, which is asking you to look for more journeys, for different ways and more options. So be aware of what is the trajectory and journey that you're picking up. Be aware what are the decisions that you're making, and open up to another people, and how you are going to transmit what are your worries, your fear about it, to another person who cares about you and you care about it, or about it, or about him, or about her, whatever. That's going to be one of the things. But this is pretty amazing cards, a pretty amazing reading. So thank you so much, Scorpio, for joining me in. Thank you so much for staying for all of this. Please subscribe, like this video, follow me in Instagram. I already opened up a TikTok. That's going to be really nice and funny. So saying this, I have a little announcement. Please, if you want to work with me, you have all the information in the description box. I opened an Etsy shop a few months ago. I really wanted to work with more people. If you really are into tarot and you are a little bit like, I need a guidance, and you are in a crossroad, I am here to help you out. Tarot is my tool and your tool to visualize, to make a little illustration of your life, bring you clarity, and it's a ways for to heal yourself too if you are passing therapy. So remember that the cards are all the time talking about in an emotional state in some conscious way. So it's gonna help you to communicate with yourself better. On the same time, I'm a life coach, so I will see through you and see what is your potential and highlight it. I'm very, very into helping other people to see the potential and where the power comes, and help to break down the obstacles and help you to move on. So if you're interested to work with me one-on-one, which I would love to help you out, please just write it down. You have my email, you have my Etsy shop. I'm offering one-on-one sessions on a monthly basis, so please check this out. Thank you so much for staying with me doing all of this crazy reading. Thank you so much for staying so long. Stay healthy, be safe, and see you on the next videos. Bye bye.